Okay, we've managed to sell our old project cars for actual real money to a gullible punter. So, it's time to buy some new ones. And I think we'll do something different this time. There's only two of you. £2,000 each, seems about right. So I think we'll go for Japanese roadsters with a ceiling of £2,000. But to make things interesting, it can't be an MX-5.
Oh, what? Oh, no.
That's scuppered you, hasn't it, eh?
Do you know what? It's a very specific brief. I think I've got a car in mind, though.
Meet me in 2 weeks in the New Forest with your new car.
2 weeks?
Just 2 weeks. Oh, it'll be plenty of time.
That's all I need.
Japanese cars out there.
Right, see you there, gents. Okay, yeah, bring it on.
See you in 2 weeks, chaps.
So then, Paul, what do we think they've got?
Knowing Joe, I reckon he's got something really bizarre. And we're talking Japanese cars, aren't we? I reckon he's got something K-car style. Daihatsu Mara walkthrough. Yeah, Honda Beat. Cappuccino.
He loves a Nissan Figaro.
Oh, doesn't he? Oh, it's going to be a Figaro.
And what about Jeff?
Mini's with him, isn't it?
I think he's going to get a Japanese spec Mini. But anyway.
Rover Japan.
I will see. Oh, hang on.
There can be no better vehicle, surely.
What have we here?
1999 Toyota MR2 Mark III, the forgotten one, the unloved one.
It looks familiar, Joe. Where did you find this?
Oh yeah, no, it's funny what you can find at Kelsey HQ, isn't it? Who buys one? This was just sitting around and it's the perfect candidate for it.
So this was the one we were going to pitch against a certain Mazda MX-5.
Exactly, the inspiration for it. That was going to be the MX-5 rival anyway, so I thought, well...
I so hope Jeff hasn't got the same idea and is going to try and turn up in the Mazda MX-5. I don't want to just do a rerun of that.
We've covered this car before, we know it's good. It deserves its time in the limelight to win a challenge, and it is going to win a challenge. Last time I had a car that was small, yellow and mostly broken. Now I've got one that's small, yellow and mostly working. But it's still coming under budget, even with any sort of little titivations it's needed.
Long way under budget by the sounds of it.
And have a walk around it, come on. It's a hell of a lot cleaner than the Peugeot was.
Hang on a sec, I can see Jeff just arriving, so let's...
Oh dear. Mr. Ruggles.
Hello, gentlemen.
You really have outdone yourself, haven't you?
What do you mean, outdone myself?
Another CRX, that's imaginative.
Hey, hey, hey! It's a CRX Del Sol, or as our American friends would just call it, a Del Sol.
Important thing is round the back here, isn't it? Oh, I see.
See, but haven't these got some really boring single overhead cam 100 horsepower Civic engine in them or something?
Yep, they certainly
Not
have.
this one.
But not this one.
Come again.
Behold!
You got a VTI.
Yeah, it's a V16, 158 horsepower. So see you later, MR2.
That's the VTEC one.
Yep.
That's 20 horsepower more than I've got.
Yep, although probably a bit heavier, but it doesn't have the transtop roof. It has the manual roof.
Ah.
So it's a little bit lighter than the transtop car, so...
It'll get even lighter then. Obviously when that leaks, which it will,
Oh, it does.
and the car
absolutely does.
and the car rots out, it'll be even lighter. So that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's starting to do that in a few places, but you know.
I approve of your 90s Tastic wheels as well. Those, I hate to admit, I genuinely like those.
Is this really a JRX?
There's a bit of the badge come off.
You know what, actually? It's got a history file like this. And inside, there are new stickers.
Oh, really?
There are new stickers.
Does the history file sort of document when the paint changed colour?
What, on every single panel?
On every single panel, yeah. I've also noticed, because obviously I was going to make the comparison to the Puma here, but it's worth noting you've got another small front-wheel drive 90s thing with rotten rear arches.
Yeah, that's the good side, actually.
That makes my 205 look solid.
Got some parking sensors though.
It has
Handy in a
parking
car this
sensors.
size, I find.
Surprisingly dry inside, which I'm quite happy about.
Do you know what? The blue-on-blue seats I do like.
It's actually not in bad shape. Yes, it needs attention to the rear arches.
Do you know what I'm most impressed with, Jeff? Genuinely, to be fair, you got this for under 2,000 quid as well.
Nearly.
How much?
What's a few hundred extra between friends?
A few hundred extra?
Yeah, but you know,
Once again, he blows the budget.
How much? Come on, how much was it?
It doesn't matter.
To be fair, it's not bad, and these are few and far between these days. Yeah. So
The V16 engine's probably worth half that on its
the
own.
engine,
So.
yeah, the engine's good. Again, I like the wheels.
You could probably sell the Dissent rims to a Seicento owner.
Well, yeah, I'd love those on my car.
I actually think they belong on a 90s Polo. They just...
Yeah, they suit it. No, I got you that. Tell me you got the target off. It's kind of a very big boot, can it?
Yeah, have a look. There you go.
Yeah,
It's full of
exactly. You've got
roof.
no boot whatsoever.
Well, yes. But,
What?
there you go.
That's massive.
Room for a camera tripod.
The thing is, and I'm going to pull you on another technicality here, not only are you over budget, but we were told roadsters, yeah?
Right, okay.
Jury's out. Is that a roadster?
Does the window go down?
Yes.
Yeah, roadster. Yeah.
Well, the first thing you've got to do is sell the number plate to a Jaguar enthusiast, and that will pay for the overspend when you bought it. So,
What's the Joyride tyres like, Jeff?
Sketchy. This is a car that you would not normally able to buy within the budget.
and you didn't.
And you didn't.
Worth just pointing out, you didn't. I quite like the interior. to be
Yeah,
fair.
I think there's something 90s-tastic about it, isn't there?
But listen, Jeff, we've been poking holes in your car. You've not had a
I
chance
don't think
to.
we need to poke holes in it. It's already making its
well,
own
yeah,
ones.
that's true. But you've not had a chance to pass judgment on Joe's little nugget.
Look, there's nothing wrong.
Well, it's a bit uninventive, isn't it? You just took it from the work car park.
You can't take the mick out of this because, unlike you, I've bought a good one.
Well, you haven't bought it, have you?
I found a good one.
Found a good one.
It has been sat in Kent for many, many months, so it did need a bit of love, but I dug it out, pumped the tyres up. Our CEO was very happy to jump start it for me, and it went straight in for an MOT and passed with no advisory.
It's going to be very hard for me to tear this car apart because I do really like it.
Yeah.
But it's not been a picture of reliability, has it?
In all the time I have had it, nothing has gone wrong.
What about before you had it?
Before, I can't remember. I didn't work for the company at that point.
Well, because if I remember rightly, we used this as a front cover car for retro cars.
We did.
And I think on said shoot, it did start emitting quite a lot of smoke.
It did, yes. Now, there's an issue with the exhaust manifolds on these. They've got catalytic converters and pre-cats, because this is when companies, particularly the Japanese, were getting really hot on emissions. Those pre-cats gradually crumble over time with the weight of the cat hanging off them. The engine then sucks them back in, scores the bores, and that's game over for the engine. We bought this car unknowingly with that having already started to happen. So it has had £800 worth of replacement engine already.
And then what happened after that, Joe?
Well, it came back to our office, you may remember, and our staffer Matt Bell thought he'd take it out for a test drive and made it 50 yards out the car park before the clutch went to the floor and wouldn't come back up.
It's not a UK car either, because it's a
Japanese.
Mrs.
It's an MRS, yes.
Mr.
Extra
S.
street cred, Japanese. Exactly.
Okay, so you might get a few more features. That's quite nice. And the seats are quite nice.
I'm
I'll give you that.
going to keep quiet about the fact that the Japanese ones actually have less features.
Oh, do they? Okay, fair enough.
If this was a UK car, it would have a limited slip diff. After some extensive experimenting, this one doesn't have a limited slip diff.
Or it doesn't work.
Yeah, there's slightly torn seat, but that's fine. It's patina. It's a classic car. You want to see that it's lived, that it's had life.
When did you start smoking?
Yeah, now, I'm presuming those door cards were yellow at some stage and someone's had a go at colouring them in with a felt tip and done a very...
Quality that, isn't it? Listen to that. Lovely.
The thing is, I have driven this car, and it is
As have
very
you.
nice
You've
to
driven
drive.
this car.
To be honest, I do love it, but I couldn't live with it because there's nowhere to put anything.
When this car was with our colleagues at Fast Car for a little while, you may remember when we filmed it that the front trunk didn't open, but our colleagues on Fast Car had the front bumper off and managed to fix it. So you can see
Decidedly
the
scabby front
extensive
bumper.
cargo space in
Let's
the
have a look at
MRC.
your frunk then.
I could go in that.
Oh,
Yes, midship runabout. You see properly branded. I'm even
and
gonna,
this opens, right?
it does. You pop those clips up. and
Okay,
you
so
can
this is
see-
where you put your golf clubs, is it?
This is, yes.
It's usually a bit of a faff when you come back from Tesco to go through all that, doesn't it? And then you could probably just about fit your
You'd get your
microwave
milk in there,
lasagna
wouldn't you?
there.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
The thing you've got to remember is, roadsters aren't about practicality. You don't buy a two-seater convertible sports car to go to the shops in. You buy it to go out on a B road and have some fun. And it's a Toyota, which means it's endlessly reliable. Now it's had a new engine.
It's had a new engine.
Now it's had a new engine. Golf is de rigueur in Japan, so this hatch will fit a golf bag, allegedly.
You play much golf?
No.
Well, you job done then.
Yeah, exactly, it's fine.
So, gents, what's the first job you're going to do to your cars?
The first job I'm going to do to the Honda is see just how bad those rear arches actually are. And then the next job will be to tighten the mirrors up because they wobble and probably have a go at aligning the front bumper.
And you, Joe?
Well, very simple job because we've buffed up the headlights already. This one is fogging up quite badly. And hopefully in the time it'll take me to reseal the headlights, it'll distract me away from the fact it doesn't seem to idle properly. And then when that's done, I think I can put my convertible roof down just in time for the summer and wind in the hair.
To be fair, it's in the right hands, because I know you will actually look after it and you will do a good job.
It's not so
Thank
far
you.
away from being a really quite a mint example.
It's not bad, is it? Let's be honest.
So, Paul, I think we can be quite happy with what the boys have done here. This is going to
Yeah,
be quite
well,
an
we do like a
interesting
Honda,
little
Phil,
test.
don't we?
I thought you would be filling in my P45, to be honest.
That's a separate discussion.
But what do you think?
VTEC, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you need to know.
It's on, Honda boy. You're going down.